Hi everybody, welcome to the PHC wrap-up show from the NCHA Metallic Cat Futurity. We are joined today, Mr. Cullen Chartier. How are you, brother?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, good to be here.
We've been talking about doing this for a while, and you're always in the dang finals, so you can't sit there and do the finals with us.
You got lucky sometimes. Yeah.
Well, you're having a good show. You've got one through the open semis, and then you've got Dirk on a catch, right?
Yeah, I've got one, and Dirk rode one for me, and he's done a dang good job, and I've had a lot of people tell me, well, why didn't you show that one? And looking back at it now, it's right question to ask, but Dirk's done a phenomenal job.
What? How did you pick Dirk?
Actually, I was at a pre-work, and Carly Torelli is the one that really liked that horse and said, she thought Dirk needed another one, and as soon as she said that, I was like, yeah, that horse would fit him perfect, and it worked out really well. Yeah,
Dirk's done a great job. He's catch rode here before for others, and always. I mean, he catch rode one a couple of years ago for Chris Johns and made the finals.
Ended like fifth or something. I mean, real good. And the boy that works for me, Marcus, he made it on the bubble too.
How cool was that? Last horse.
Oh man, for a guy like that's been around a long time, to have the opportunity to show that nice horse and to get in there on the bubble, I was more happy for him than anything.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people cheering him in there and really willing him into that deal. So
I mean, how do you not like that?
A really cool result there for the program. But yeah, well, like I was just saying, I already lost the bet. I thought for sure you're going to wear the Michigan shirt today. But
well, like I said, I would have worn my Michigan shirt, but it's getting some more stuff put on it.
There you go.
So it's in the shop.
Yeah, more sponsors.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into the non-pro results. First and second go in the standings. We're going to wrap this up here and go into that. And this is brought to you by Slooow. I want to thank Pat and Lisa Taylor for bringing you these results. Well, here we go. In the first go, the non-pro, it was Call Sign, Dual Smart Ray out of This Cat Smilin', bred by John Bishop, owned by Curtis and Brenda Weeks, shown by Kelsey Johnson. 219.5 on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I got to watch this one go. I got to watch it through the fall a lot, because I'm good friends with them. And I told Kelsey the other night, he's one of my favorites, this whole show. He's just got a lot of integrity, big stopping, and just a nice horse to watch. And you like those kind of horses to go in there and watch. Yeah.
And then a pair of 219s, Glade Knight, another one to mention there on Janie Wood. How great has that horse been here?
That is a phenomenal horse.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
And then Elizabeth Quirk also with a 19 in that first go on Smooth Talkin'. Then we go into the non-pro limited first go. We had two horses tie for the top score with 218.5s. Pack and Mail, a Spots Hot out of She's Twice as Smooth, bred by Jeffrey Foland, shown by Laura Bennett, owned by Teton Laura. Great horse.
Oh yeah. Well, Tate and Laura, they always come with something pretty trained up, really nice. Laura does a good job showing it and gets the job done. Yeah,
and the other one was Pearl's Blue Boon, a once in a blue boon, a pearlescent cat, bred by Greg Beaker, owned by Tara Stark and shown by Tara Stark. How great is it to see her back here doing good?
She's the last year or two, she's really stepped up and has had a couple of good, really nice horses.
Yeah, this is another really nice once in a blue boon. They're definitely making their mark here. Yep. It took a 209 to advance to the limited semis, bringing 4 extras back in that round. In the non-pro second go, here are your top scores. Playful Metallic, a Metallic Cat out of Playful Ricochet, bred by Jerome Bradford, owned by Lloyd and Christina Cox, shown by Christina. 222 late in the day.
Yeah, but last set, I'm pretty sure. And I got to watch that run. And I mean, they cut 3 cows right in the middle. That horse was good, and those cows were good. And she needed a big score. I'm pretty sure she might have had a 13 or something, and needed a big one, and she got more than, she got plenty.
Yeah. So wrapping up the non-pro standings after the second go, Smooth Talkin' sits atop the leaderboard. It's as smooth as a cat out of Money Talk Smart, bred by Beach Fork Ranch, owned by Brumbar Quirk Partnership. Now, go figure that one out. How does that work? Isn't that a marriage?
Yeah. That one there, they got together and just wanted to get a good one for them.
I think the two dads in the family are the ones that partnered up on that one, and the kids are getting to show, but they just haven't put it in their name.
No, but what a nice horse.
Yeah, Elizabeth did a really...
Elizabeth, she can show anything. She's really good show. When you put her on a good horse like that, that's the results you're going to get.
Yeah, 219 in the first go, 217.5 in the second go. Like I said, a 436.5 to lead that one. And it took a 431 to advance to the semifinals in that one.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of good horses in there too. I mean, I don't know if you got to watch much of it, but one of my favorites right now is Dick Cogdell's little yellow horse. Yeah, cool horse, and he'd done all the training himself.
Yeah, he was one of the high scores on one of the days that he showed, and it's fun to see those programs. Like, he's been doing this a long time. Like you said, he trained that horse himself.
Trained it himself, and you know, they're good people and good family, and how long they've been in this business. Guys like that, you know, that's when everyone roots for, and it gets loud in there when he shows because everybody's pulling for him. It's cool. It's cool to be in there and watch it.
Yeah. No, I think it was a really good round overall. I mean, you know, the cows held up, you know, the strong teams rose to the top, and the ones that we continually see there, and it's fun to see some new faces in there as well.
Well, like you said, the cows held up, and that was the main ingredient. You know, the second go-around cows for the non-pro really allowed them non-pros to show their horses and get shown from top to bottom, and it was really a good cutting to watch all the way through.
Yeah. So, Cullen, what were some of the other runs that stood out to you here in the non-pro?
Oh, well, there were several. You know, a couple of guys that you know had a low first go. Cody Headland with a 2:13, I believe, in the first go, come back strong, marked a 19, and horse looked really good. And we all know Cody; he's a showing sucker, and you know we expect that from him.
Yeah.
And you know, Greg Williamson, who's you know back in it, had a 2:12 on the catch ride that Dirk's riding for me, and he come back with a 2:19 on Hell Yeah, and you know, for a guy getting back into it, have that kind of run, man, that was really cool to see. I really enjoyed that, and I like to see you know them low scores, and you come back in the second go, and them good horses, they rise to the occasion.
Yeah, and that's the fun part about this, you know, just a lot of you come in on the bubble, but you know, you got a good enough horse and you can go show it, and that's what's cool about Greg's, because he has been out of it for a while, and now he's back into it, and this has got to really light his fire now. I mean,
and to get a horse like that, and you know, I didn't know he was going to be that. I like that horse a lot, but you never know until you put your hand down, and man, has he really rose to the occasion. Yeah.
And then the Cowan program. Let's talk about
the
that
Cowans.
for a minute.
I'm pretty sure Michelle got 2 and Bill got 2 in there, and you know what a great job Nate Gribble's done for them in that program. I mean, I know Nate pretty well and help him in the open, and he comes. They're trained up. They're going to go stop, and they're going to swoop around, and you know, Michelle and Bill, they show great, and the 2 girls show good. That's a strong program right there. He's
probably one of the most underrated trainers, you know, around right now. I mean, his focus is to get Bill and Michelle to the finals. You know, he gets to show some, and obviously in the limited as well, and does good.
Does very well.
But seeing them in the finals, that's a big, you know,
hat off to him, because you know, that, as we all know, how much work it is, and to train that, and to have 4 of them in the semifinals, you know, that's pretty strong. Props to Nate. Good job, Nate.
Good job, Nate. Well done. And he's an open semifinalist as well.
Yes, open semifinal. I believe it's his first time. And like I said, I help him. And the thing about him, he's always asking what he can do better to get higher scores.
Yeah.
So he's always looking to improve. And
he's hungry for knowledge.
He is, man. A good guy. Really good guy.
And that wraps up the non-pro division, and we went right into the World Finals that started this week with the non-pro and open first and second goes. Cullen, how cool is that? Oh,
well, you know, I've been helping in the open and non-pro, and man, it's been a really good couple nights. Cows have been tough, but good enough. First night of cows were real good. Second night got a little tougher, but man, it's been some good watching. It's full speed, throwing sand. It's all, you know, everyone's going for it.
Well, and the crowd, the atmosphere in that building, you know, is always great. And we've had a lot of people coming over there and cheering everybody. And it's literally everybody is cheering for everybody.
Oh yeah, I mean everyone's cheering for everybody. Wants everyone to do good. You know, it's one of the greatest cutting atmospheres that you can be in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's get into the results right now from round 1 and 2, brought to you by UltraCruz. In round 1 of the non-pro, it was Metallica and Caitlin Rice. They scored a 2:22 right off the bat, first horse out in the finals, and that held up, winning $6,035 that night. That first go, it was kind of tough. I mean, Caitlin come in there, she didn't know what to expect. She showed the heck out of that horse, and did a really good job and set the bar high, and they just couldn't quite catch her.
Yep, absolutely.
Then in the second go-round, it was Metallic Legacy, James Van Gilder, scoring a 223, winning 6,035 that night. James leads the non-pro world standings on this horse. It's a tight race right now between him and EJ Huntley. EJ showing rip and itchy, and this has been neck and neck all year. Just $1,102 difference so far now.
I mean, it's close, and I know EJ had a rough go with that first go, come back strong that second go, marked 221, and you know, he's not going to go away, and anything can happen any night, and you know, it's going to be a very tight race, and you don't want to miss the next couple of go-rounds because it's going to be exciting.
It's going to be fun. You know, Jim's already racked up $10,259 in earnings, but probably more importantly for this World Finals race is that he is still sitting really good in the average. He's sitting second in the average right now with two big scores. And like you said, EJ had a little tough luck in that first go. This could all change. I mean, that third round, we could see that flip-flop, and EJ is right back in the hunt.
Snap of the finger. Any round, I mean, cows are a little tough, so I mean, you know, any moment you can lose a cow. So it's not over with, but you know, props to Van Gilder. He's showing really good right now, and he's had a heck of a year, and it's showing. His showmanship from just the outside looking in has improved drastically.
He is so intent, like watching cows, watching him watch cows, and him and Matt, you know, and going over a game plan each time, and he's sitting there and he's picking through these cows. He's become quite the cow picker.
Yeah, no, he's doing a great job, and like Matt, you know, it's business. It's all business. When it's game time, they're fully focused, and you know, you respect that. That's pretty cool.
Oh, and they've gone down the road with a couple of trailers this year.
It's a lot of miles.
Brought a lot of horses to the World Finals. But like we said, Caitlin right now leads the average with 444 points, and then Jim's with 443 right behind her.
And Caitlin, that horse is, man, that horse has been really good, and she's showing the hair off it. That you know, she keeps it up. You know, she's going to be tough to beat for that average. But like you said, anything can happen any night. This whole list of people can win each and every night.
Yeah, and it's fun to see, you know, Bonnie Martin and you know, and Joe Howard's back in there.
Horse.
Elizabeth Quirk, obviously, she's always a threat. Jo Milner, let's talk about that one for a minute.
I love Mary Jo. Mary Jo, I love you.
She's picked up a check each night so far. I mean, she is consistent.
And she's been third from the end and last.
Tough draws.
She's been tough draws, and she's getting whatever they take and being very, very smart. Very smart.
Well, and she's showing this horse, you know, her and Teton are both sharing Duramax dually, so that's kind of cool too.
Yep, good horse.
Yeah. All right, going into the Open Finals now, and what 2 rounds that's been now. That's been some exciting cutting down there.
Really, really good.
And I think the highlights so far, Andy Sherrick.
He's on fire.
I mean, he has been throwing it out there now.
He's on fire.
A 227 and a 228 winning both rounds. He's already racked up $12,070 in earnings.
Yeah, he's on fire. He fits that horse really well. That horse, a lot of integrity, you know, and Andy. Yeah, I mean, I can't say enough about, you know, him as a person, but a showman and a trainer. Shoot, that guy, those are the kind of guys you want to cheer for. And really, really cool to see some new blood in the World Finals and doing really well. Yeah,
and we talked to Andy, you know, in between rounds, and I was talking to him, and he said, yeah, everybody was asking me, you know, why I didn't haul harder or why I didn't go more, and he says, you know, I got a lot to take care of at home, like a cattle operation, everything else, and he said, I just wanted to make the top 15, and then he said, you know, I had a goal of maybe winning one of the rounds. Well, check. He's already ahead of that.
Twice. Yeah.
That first round was just amazing. Andy posted a 227, followed by a 226.5 from Duramax Dooley and Tatum Rice. Randy Chartier on Classic is cool with a 26. He set the bar early.
Yep.
And then Austin on Bama Cat also matching that score. He was last horse.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, top to bottom, this whole. I think I posted on Facebook on Performance Horse Central. There's not a score safe.
No.
With these horses and these riders. I mean, when you can, them bottom-ended guys are marking 27s, 26. I mean, that's no fluke. They're good horses and some dang good showmen.
Yeah, and you know, leading the world right now, Matt Gaines on Sugar and Spice, everything nice.
Yep.
He marked a 218.5 in the first go and had a little tough luck in the second go.
He did.
He is just $3,647 ahead of Randy Chartier on Classic is Cool, owned by Dottie Sinclair Hill. That race is really heating up, and that's going to be fun to watch.
That's one thing that maybe a lot of people that aren't, you know, focused on for the World Finals are up to date is how close these two races are as far as the non-pro and the open. And Dad and Matt Gaines, the cool thing about that, they've talked all year and very supportive of each other and they're competitors, but yet they're friends too. They've known each other a long time, and it's cool to see, guys competing for a world title, but yet, with each other.
It's really cool to watch, and like we said, that's a really close race right there. And we just talked about off camera on the final night when it comes all down to it.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
I mean, so the fourth round, Dad's last, and I'm pretty sure Matt Gaines is like 13th. And it's going to come down to the final round. I know Matt had some bad luck that second go round, and hurt him in the average a little bit. But any given night, it could flip flop. So it's so far from over, and really an exciting cut. And props to Dad, Showman of the Year award, because this mare is phenomenal, but she's not easy.
Right.
She's not easy, and Dad has done a phenomenal job of getting her even close to the top, because he's the only one that has the patience to get her where she's at, and it's been really cool to watch.
Well, and sometimes that's what it takes, and I know in Waco, he posted some massive scores down there before this.
Well, a run that one of the best runs I think I've ever seen. I wasn't there, but I watched the video, and the best run I've ever seen Dad have.
Yeah, and another thing, Matt Gaines, cool story here. Three qualified in the top 15. Like we said in one of our trivia questions, that's never been done before.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard to do right there.
Tim Smith is the catch rider on that one. He
pretty good catch rider.
who better in that pen and put him on there. And Tim's already he put up a big number in the second go round with a 2:23.5 on that one, catching a nice big check.
Yeah, ended up second.
It's going to be really cool to watch.
It's what we're going to look for is obviously who's going to win the world title, but obviously Andy right now is leading everybody with that horse, and they're on fire.
He is jumping up that leaderboard for sure. And even, like we talked about, each round pays $6,000.
Yep.
So, Austin had a little tough luck in the second go on the Bama Cat. Just got a really tough cow.
He was having a good run.
Having a great run.
Great run.
He's gonna be even more fired up now.
And like I said, there's so many. One guy I look to see come out firing. Monty Button on that Steel Betty. What a good mare. He had a little bad luck that second go round in 220. Didn't even catch a check. That's how tough that first go round is. I think he's going to have a big go round one of these nights. Yeah,
and he's dominated the West Coast Opens on that horse and done really well.
Yep.
Another cool story, Lindy Thorne. She's gone this year. She's been consistent. She's right up there. She ranked 13th.
Another underrated trainer, really. Yeah. She always comes with, especially Futurity, anywhere you go. Her horses look tight, look crisp. Really good showman. Very underrated.
Yeah.
Very underrated.
Well, it's going to be fun to watch all this play out. Obviously, on Wednesday, we start up with the other weekend classes, the World Finals there. There are several divisions there that have within a couple of $1,000s within the lead.
It's close over there, too.
These World Championships, there is nothing that's, that comes easy with that.
It's a jam-packed week. We got a lot going on this week. This is what Futurity is all about. Yeah.
Well, like I said, we finished up the non-pro yesterday. We've started the amateur today. We've got pretty much the whole week of amateur first go here. Yep. Then we're going to go into the World Finals other classes starting Wednesday. I believe that starts at 9 o'clock in the Watt, so we'll have both webcasts going on CHC live scoring. And then this Friday coming up, we've got the Rap Ranch PHC Western Bloodstock 2-year-old sale preview. We're going to have about 65 colts there from the sale that are going to come out and preview. The public is invited out there. Coming out and watch these colts. Come talk to the trainers, talk to the owners, find out more about them. It's going to be a good deal.
Really cool.
And then the Western Bloodstock sales start up next Monday, with the first day of the 2-year-old sales.
And I've watched a lot of them videos, and there are some good ones.
It's a stout, a 2-year-old sale, I think, as we've ever seen.
Well, it's just like the cut and pin. These guys have just elevated their game. There's so many good 2-year-old hands, and they've got these horses so ready. It's there's a lot of good horses in that sale.
Well, and 30%, I think it is now, that from horses that went through the Western Bloodstock sales ended up in the Open semifinals. I haven't pulled the stats on some of the others yet, but that's just cool to see that. Just because the horse is going through a sale, that doesn't mean nothing. These horses, they're sending quality to those
very
sales.
Good quality, and it's better every year. But you know, with the stallions we have and the mares we have, I mean, we're going to just keep seeing it rise.
Yeah, and you can really see now some of these 2-year-old guys that, you know, obviously in the past it was 2-year-old programs, but they were always aspiring to be trainers or have 3-year-olds and go to the show pen.
Yep.
These guys now are staying home and they're focused, and they're putting a lot of work into these programs, and this 2-year-old sales become a business.
It's a business, and you can make a good living doing it. And you know, a lot of these guys have really perfected their craft in the 2-year-old deal, and really high quality, very good guys that are bringing some high quality horses.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, and that Western Bloodstock booth over here is being packed just about every day. A lot of people sitting there.
There's a lot of people watching, a lot of people trying to find it.
There's a lot of Christmas lists being created over there. So.
It's going to be cool, you know, to be over there and watch.
Yeah. Well, it's been fun having you on for the wrap-up show. We can't wait, you know, to see what else happens here at this show. There's a lot of things coming up.
Exciting time.
Good luck to you and your team going into the semifinals and the next rounds.
Yep. Thank you.
And good luck to everybody in the World Finals. And stay tuned to CHC Live Scoring.
I also want to say, go Blue, Michigan Wolverines, beat Ohio State. Let's go.
Addressing the elephant in the room here.
We want Bama.